Hello again, fellow YouTubers. Some Pleasant back for another Cardfight Vanguard deck profile. Just finished up another one. Yay! And I believe I only have 3 more in the works, unless I do remakes of some of the other ones. Also, I'm uploading this earlier, so this will probably be out a lot later than when I actually finish making this. So, yeah. And I'm pretty sure by now all the things that I plan to have done have been done at this point. So, let's get into this. Yeah, so just take a gander at what you think this deck might be. I'll give you a second there. It's the Die Police! You're terrible at guessing. No. No. Why? Just why? Yes, this is, this originally was going to be an Ancient Dragon build, but I decided, no, that's going to take forever, so I thought, no! So, there we go. That's why you put the hard cases on. I figured I might as well make some form of a Tachikaze deck that's strong enough, and I thought, what Tachikaze deck do I have enough pieces for? And then I looked at that Raptor build that I had a while ago that I left on bad terms with, and I thought, let's give it Ancient Dragon steroids. So, that's what this pretty much is. A Raptor Kernel deck, a Raptor Ride Chain deck with Ancient Dragon steroids. So, our starter is Military Dragon Raptor Soldier. Use the grade 1 Searcher for the grade 2 or grade 3 to make sure you get that Ride Chain off. But don't worry, it's okay if you don't get it off, because I figured out a way where, even if I don't get it off, I can still have backups. This is more backed up. So, let's move on. For trigger lineups, I dropped one, because I can't hold anything today. 4, Cannon Fire Dragon Sledge Alkio. He's the special draw trigger that gives me power. Don't use him much, but I use him. 4, Ancient Dragon Dino Dial. He's the special critical that says, put this unit into the soul if you touch Tachikaze Vanguard, choose one of your damage and turn it face up, which, in a bind, I might need that, so good to have something that can actually do something as opposed to a crit trigger that does nothing. I also run 4 Black Cannon Tiger, mainly because he's a crit trigger that, again, does something. He has the special skill of, when this unit attacks its Vanguard, during the battle this unit boosts its Soul Charge 1, and if you do, return it to your deck. So, say I need a grade 2 Raptor in the Soul, because I may not have ridden one. Call this guy out, just wait for him to boost something that hits, and not only do I get a free crit back, but I also get something in the Soul, hopefully. And finally, 2 Ironclad Dragon, and 2 Ancient Dragon and Omni Healer. I was going to have 4 Ancient Dragon heals, but again, I couldn't find enough Ancient Dragon heals, so just 4 heals that do nothing. So, there's that. So that's my trigger lineup. I was contemplating switching the draws for crits, but I was like, it's probably better to have some stuff in your hand, because this is Tachikaze, and this is a Tachikaze build that doesn't necessarily resurrect your units, so you might want to have stuff in your hand. So that was the thought process behind that. So, there's the trigger lineup. Let's get on to the grade 1s. My first grade 1, 4 Arcbirds. 4 P-Guards! I have 4 P-Guards in this deck! Yay! I was going to run Ancient Dragon P-Guards. That was when I was running a little bit more Ancient Dragon stuff in this deck, but since I don't have 4 Ancient Dragon P-Guards, Arcbird's pretty awesome, so he's the old school Tachikaze P-Guard. You all know what P-Guards do. If you don't, that's kind of weird. So, 4 P-Guards. Awesome. And now a unit that's essential to this deck, I run 4 Military Dragon Raptor Sergeants. Raptor Sergeant basically says, when Raptor Captain rides this unit, if you have Raptor Soldier in the Soul, call a Raptor Sergeant to rear guard from the deck, so superior call unit. which you kind of need to do in this deck a little bit, so nice to have for this guy. Also, he's part of the ride chain. And he's a raptor. Not much else explanation there. He's also a nice Vanguard booster from what I've noticed, because I don't necessarily like to kill him off. I like to kill off other units first, but we'll get into that. And my final grade 1 in this lineup is 4 Winged Dragon Beam Taro. Beam Taro is the sacrificial lamb in this deck. He has the ability of, during my battle phase, when this unit is put into the drop zone from rearguard, choose Tachikaze and give it +3. So I might want to give it to Colonel, or I might want to give it to one of my rearguards that stays on the field. Pretty much, he's there to die, so I can get power off of him. He does a good job. Moving on to the grade 2s. And first, the essential grade 2 that you need in this deck. Military Dragon, Raptor Captain. He works with Raptor Colonel and Raptor Soldier. He also has the skill of, when Raptor Colonel rides this unit, choose a Raptor Captain from the deck, call to rearguard. Superior call, something you need to do. Also, he's a Raptor. Enough said. And he and Raptor Sergeant also have the skill of get +1 if you have the grade 1 and the grade 0 in the soul. So, they both can become 8Ks and 10Ks. They can hit magic numbers too. Self-explanatory. I then run 4 Winged Dragon Splash Taros. This is Beam Taro, except at grade 2. Also the sacrificial lamb of this deck. Same skill. Just gonna let you read that. Really essential to have for this guy. Pretty useful in this deck. Him and Beam Taro, sacrificial lambs, like I've said before. So, enough said there. And finally, I run 4 Ancient Dragon Cryofalls. He's basically a 10k. I like him over Mega Rex just because I like the art and the name a little bit better. And also, again, I wanted to give the Raptors some Ancient Dragon steroids, so I felt putting him in here was a nice touch. So, 10k. Doesn't do much, he's also there to die. Most of this deck is here to die. That's something that Tachikaze's have done quite some time, so this is no exception. Now moving on to the grade 3 lineup. First, I run 2 Ancient Dragon Spino Driver. This is part of the Ancient Dragon steroids I was talking about. This guy is the break ride for Tachikaze. A really awesome break ride, mind you. He has the limit break ability of choose 2 Tachikaze rearguards and retire them. When a Tachikaze rides this unit, you may pay the cost. If you do, draw 2 cards, choose your Vanguard, and that unit gets +10 and a crit until the end of the turn. And he also has a skill of when this unit attacks, if the number of rearguards you have is more than your opponent, this unit gets +2 until the end of the battle. Kind of odd, considering the fact that Tachikaze is focused on killing your rearguard, so you think it would be 2 or if you have less than your opponent, but I digress. Really awesome, get some stuff back into the hand. It kind of kills some stuff on the field that I could use, considering Splash Taro and Beam Taro over there have to die during the battle phase, but he gets cards back in my hand and gives anyone who rides this a crit. So that's pretty awesome. I only run 2 because I only have 2. If I had more, I probably would run more, but I only have 2 and I'm fine with that. So, moving on. Something else I run in this deck, I run 3 Ravenous Dragon Battle Rexes. Now the reason I was originally running Tyrannal Legend, another Ancient Dragon. And that's why I had some Ancient Dragon stuff in here to kind of say, hey, I can use Tyrannal Legend's skill. But I realized his skill is pretty costly and does require a lot of Ancient Dragon. He works better in Ancient Dragon builds, so I swapped him out for this guy. This guy can help me if I ride him on Vanguard, in case I can't pull off the ride chain. He has the ability of the limit break, when this unit drive check reveals a grade 3, choose one of your rear guards, retire it, and this unit gets +10 to the end of the battle. So, this also can work off of Beam Taro and Splash Taro, who, when they die during the battle phase, give +3 to something. So, say my opponent's got 31k shield, and I'm swinging in for 20. Drive check another grade 3, I'm at 30, Beam Taro's ability, another +3, I just broke through that shield just by a drive check. So that's pretty awesome. And he also gets the skill of when this unit is boosted by Tachikaze, this unit gets +3 to the end of the battle. Shame it's only on Vanguard only, but again, he's there to either die on rearguard, be there on rearguard just to punch people in the face with his 10k-ness, or be there in case I can't get off the Raptor ride chain, which will happen. It's gonna happen, I know this. So, really nice unit to have in the deck. Really nice. And of course, the final unit of this build is for Military Dragon Raptor Colonel, because he's the all-star of this deck. He has the awesome Limit Break ability. Well, first he has the ability of if I have Raptor Captain in the Soul +1. So I don't even necessarily need to ride Raptor Sergeant, it's just I need Captain in the Soul in order for a Raptor Colonel to be considered more of a threat. But he has the awesome Limit Break ability of Counterblast 1, choose 2 Tachikaze rearguards, retire them, and when this unit attacks Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, increase this unit's power by the sum of the original power of the 2 units retired as the cost until the end of the battle. A really original unit, a really awesome unit. I've had my wits with this deck before due to the fact that it wasn't working, but I gave it Ancient Dragon steroids, and now it's doing pretty awesome. Because when I break ride this bad boy, oh, you are in from some serious trouble, and you better have a P-guard. And that's the thing. That's what I love about this. The fact that as long as I have enough cards in my hand, I can use this ability so often and drain my opponent of their P-guards. Make him drop those P-guards a lot faster. And something I've noticed a lot of people say when it comes to units getting a bunch of power, they say, oh, just P-guard it. You get 4 P-guards in a deck. That's all you can have. 4 Sentinels. Once I make you run out of those, you are fair game to get crushed. So, all I need to do is basically have enough cards in my hand to kind of survive all that. And I also run 4 P-guards over there. That's basically to make sure that I have enough defense to kind of block my opponent and then push even harder to the point where they run out of stuff. There's my thoughts on that. This deck synergizes well. Main thing I'm going to say about this deck, I'm not really going to show a battle tactic, but I am going to do something like this. I break ride, kill 2, draw 2, and most ideal setup would probably be, and this is kind of a battle tactic, but oh well. Main thing is this deck kind of focuses on circumstance and what you have on the field. But let's say, gonna back up a little bit. Let's say you have let's get another captain. No, Sergeant, there we go. Let's say you have this. You broke road, you have 2 cards. Now, 16, a pretty standard attack. Raptor Colonel's ability, give the +3 here, because that's what I usually do. I usually give Splash Tarot and Beam Tarot's power, usually to my rearguard to make sure they have enough to attack. This guy's swinging for a 20 plus 16, hopefully, if you have the +1 in the soul, that's a 37 without a boost. With a boost, that gets you at a 44k swing. Get a P-guard out. Pretty much this deck is there to say, I'm making you drop your P-guards. A lot of people say, well, that's a stupid deck concept, but I say, good, they drop my P-guards, and then I can just swing in for numbers, and then when I can drive check crits like the crits I have over there, they don't have much that they can do about that. So, there's that. And that's what I have to say to people who bank and rely too much on P-guards. Because P-guards aren't the whole game, everybody. They're not. Let's just zoom in on Colonel here again. So, this was my newly revamped Raptor deck. I have no idea what I'm going to call it. I'll probably have something by the time it's being uploaded. So, until next time, this has been Solomon Pleasant, signing off. And Raptor Colonels have been resurrected. Raptor Colonel has been resurrected, people. Peace.